Yes. So welcome all. And this is the first session on the vocational presentation, and I will be presenting on one of the elements from the unit lead and facilitated team, and the element is coordinate team and individual. This particular unit is from the course Certificate 4 in Leadership and Management. So I have divided the whole my presentation into the following section, as per the following section. So I will introduce myself very briefly, and then I would like to know about you, right? And then we'll do we'll do through the icebreaker. We'll go through the work and safety, like what are the things we need to consider while being present here. I will give you the overview, like it will help you in digging why we are doing this, why we are learning this, that sort of things. And to take you really to experience that, I will take you through the two activities. One is group activity and one is individual activity. The reason I ask you to keep the pack with you, because one, we will be playing the role, and one of you will be drawing, and other person will be instructing. And yes, very important message. Thanks, Samar. Please keep your mobile in silent mode for the next 20 minutes. That will be really appreciated. I will take you through the activities too, and that will see the video and how to coordinate and see the things. And in conclusion, of course, what I will do, like I will remind the things, what we learn in 20 minutes, what will be the next session about, and I will welcome any feedback from you. That will be really appreciated. Okay, a bit about myself. Yeah, I started my career almost 27, 28 years ago in petroleum sector. So I worked for 27 years in the petroleum industry. You can see it is in the sea. Like I used to do 14 days on and off. So 14 days I used to live here, literally, right? I will land here through the helicopter, will spend 14 days over there, and then come back to home. So 14 days, 12 hours a shift, full-time job, and 14 days totally free. You can imagine that life. After 27 years, like I was paid off 3 years ago. I was working in industry, and industry was going downhill, so I was paid off. Then me and my wife decided to go to our passion. Like I teach and practice yoga since many years. So me and my wife decided, let's teach yoga to all. So I decided to become a teacher, yoga teacher, along with my wife. We established a yoga studio. Then when it was not coming up as per our expectation, we switched to the vocational. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm learning about the Certificate 4, how to train, how to assess, and my aspiration, like my dream job, will be to teach leadership and management, and along with the yoga. So that is my dream job. Now, you can, if you want, you can have my contact details, like my email address. Now, I would like to know what is your dream job and why. Can I ask from you, Vita?
My dream job is to work in a vocational setting, possibly part-time, and teach adult learners English. So that's what I would like to do, yeah.
It's fantastic,
yeah.
Fantastic. Good to know it. Stila?
I would like to help nursing students to be professionally, give more effective care to their patients in clinical setting.
Fantastic. Good to know. Stila? Anwar?
So I'm a counsellor, and I wanted to teach younger people in my industry, so that's why I wanted to become a vocational.
Nice. So nice. Christine?
I'm a mental health nurse, and I wanted to teach, nurses and other medical health professionals how to better communicate in mental health and do their job more effectively.
Communication. We will be working on that.
Yeah.
Samar?
Well, I used to be all the time English language teacher, second language, English as a second language. And actually, I'm concerned about how to teach people how to communicate. Language is not only words, it's communication, even through art,
Absolutely.
music.
The importance of communication will come into this.
Yes.
You will be happy to learn about it. Yes, please. That's it.
I'm sort of, my dream job was to work in the computer games industry, but I sort of worked there for a little while and decided maybe it wasn't so good after all. So at
Okay.
the moment, I'm hoping, I won't say it's a dream job, but I'm hoping that I'll enjoy being a vocational sort of
Like
teacher.
me, like I have changed from petroleum to yoga to now vocational. Yes,
Yeah.
that can also happen. Yes, good to know. Yes. Heidi.
I'd like to be a teacher, an English language teacher. This is for the moment. My dream job is to have my own institute
Wow.
back home that will have high standards in teaching.
This is I call the dream. Yes. Yes, please.
My dream job is to be a Montessori trainer.
One sister.
Yeah, I want to be trainer, not a teacher.
And yes.
I want to have my own RTO here, so I've worked for more than 19 years in the IT field and more than 15 years for Microsoft and Cisco as a certified trainer. I am the TAE student, but from Tristan, so it's almost in September
Sorry, I
we're going
didn't
to
get
finish.
your name. Your name?
Muhammad Tariq.
Mohammed Ali. And I didn't get your name, please.
Asma.
Asma. Yeah, no. Okay, so welcome all. So good to know your dream, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yes. Just to take you through the work health and safety aspect. So in case of any emergency, this is what we are going to follow. And you can see that you are here, yes, in room number B121. And our trainer, Sandy, will help us in case of emergency, how to go to the location. But for your help, I have just drawn like where is the escape route in the green arrow. And in the purple arrow, like if you need washroom, if you need to go to the washroom, if you go just left and then right and right, first you will get the ladies and then the gents on your further right. Yeah. One more important thing which I would like to share with you, like most of us sit for quite long hours on computer and sit on the chair. So I would like to demonstrate you how to sit on the chair. Quite often we sit on the edge of the chair and we lean towards on the computer, right? That is not maintaining our the natural curve on this thing. What I suggest you to go at end, right? Go at edge of the seat, right? And then you take support or try to sit straight. Because if you are sitting like this, you are bending your cuffs, and that is not good for the back. Go at the back. Wherever you sit, if you want to sit on the sofa, if you want to sit on any chair, try to go at the end of the chair, and then try to sit straight, and that will make you comfortable, and you will not hurt your back. Wonderful. Now moving towards the overview. What? We want to learn about leadership and management. And it all starts with you. Like if a leader has not done his homework, he will not be able to lead the team. He will not be able to facilitate the team. So it is all about the lead and facilitate team with the 4 elements. One is plan team outcome. So before communicating to the team members, he should know what he really wants to achieve. Yeah? What are the expertise? He should know the team members. What team members, like what are the expertise of each team members? Then he should know how to communicate, right? So planning is the foremost important things. But once you have done the planning, the next come is coordinate team and individual. So this is what I will be going through in more details, right? Once you have done your homework, how to do the coordinate, how to coordinate team and individual. Once you have gone through that, then you need to support the team. It's not that once you have communicated and everything will be get done. Nothing happens in the practical life, right? You need to support, you need to nurture. That is the third. And the fourth, like you started with the objectives, what you want to achieve, how to monitor those. That is the fourth unit. But today, we will be focusing on the coordinate team and the individual. Once again, it has 4 elements. So you have already decided what you want to achieve as a team leader. Yeah? What you want to achieve and what are the expertise. So you need to communicate to team what is your team objectives, what are the responsibilities, yeah? What are the outcomes you are looking for as a team, right? So teams should be aware of what overall they want to achieve. The next one is to allocate tasks. Now each member of the team would like to know how they want to play the role, what contribution they can make to meet that objective. Yeah? So that is about allocation of the task. The third one is to facilitate communication. Now once the team start functioning, they need to communicate with each other, right? Unless because they cannot contribute. Yeah, so something will happen. And the last thing is how to find the opportunities within the team and the teams which are working along with you. Yeah? So you can see that this whole coordination of team and individuals need a communication skill. Right? And this is what I really want to emphasize, and I would like you to practice on that. Before I take you to that, I would like to know that what do you think is the definition of communication? See, when I am communicating with you, right? I am sharing with you the information, I am sharing with you some fact and ideas. So this is the communication. But communication, when I try to communicate you, I have my own background, my skills, my experience. You have your own knowledge, experience. So you will be judging my communication with reference to that. So obviously, I'm trying to communicate something, but you are listening something else. So there might be already a gap. So these are the hurdles, like my articulation, if not proper, you will not be able to understand. If I have some hidden agenda, I am trying to say something, but you may not be able. So all this we are going to practice through a very simple exercise, and it is called back-to-back communication. So just, you are already far 4. I need 4 people, like basically 4 group. One of you is having the drawing, and one of you is having the presenter like drawing. So just sit back to back. So that means you are not seeing to each other. The person who is having the drawing, yes, just turn your back around. So sit back to back. Back to back. No, other way around. So you are not facing each other. Thank you.
Hi, I have.
Yes. So Nani and you will be working with Muhammad. So you will be working like you are drawing like it.
She gonna look on that side and I.
Yes.
But she had the drawing. I have the drawing.
No, you are working with him.
So
you don't have something?
I have it.
Yes. So you need to work around with that.
We do have a communication problem.
No. Okay. Let's see.
We are husband and wife.
So just sit back to back.
You
And that is, yes, back to back. Right? So challenge is the instructor has to give the instruction to his or her partner only once. And the person who is drawing is not asking any question.
Okay.
So you have only one opportunity to instruct. And for your convenience, I have put on the drawer, like on the drawing sheet, the north-south direction. So you have to be very careful from where to start, which direction to lead. So yeah, I've given you the enough hint, and you have 3 minutes to give the instruction to draw.
Okay.
So we are, the one who has the drawing will give the instruction.
Yes.
The other one to draw what we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are giving the instruction only once.
What?
Wait.
Okay, and for 3 minutes.
I don't.
So
And I
listen
know that-
carefully. Yeah.
Neither of us.
See that?
No, these are.
You have to tell me how
You should be total 4 drawings.
Oh, wait. There.
Yes, you should have this.
So who do I
So
instruct?
you could say
To Anwar. Okay?
So we start.
Yes, you have 3 minutes.
Okay.
And you may not be able to complete the drawings, but that's fine. I just want to see how you are able to complete even the one section of the drawing.
Okay. Listen
Yeah, ready?
carefully.
Okay, so it is.
And you are speaking only once.
It's on 3 circles.
And it's
Maybe
the
which one is
so
small,
we have
the biggest,
Draw
and the largest.
a very small
Okay.
triangle.
Yeah.
Can I
From top to
comment?
bottom.
Are you only able to?
Only
one
once.
small.
Instruction has to be given only once, no question asked.
And then,
Okay.
no,
And
don't ask the
then,
question. And they
from the
have
very
the
Imagine you are in an
rectangle on
emergency
the
situation.
right side. At the top of
No,
there is a
okay.
sphere.
One way communication.
Draw one thick
And
line.
This is a
then
peaceful
there is
environment.
three
Thick
circles.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't ask the question. Okay, there's a T
Something
circle,
for
top
every
is small,
house.
medium, and then big.
That's-
It's coming
Okay.
from top to bottom.
Now,
And two
Uh,
sided
from the
with
bottom
rectangles.
of that stick,
And from very top they have a square.
draw something in the shape of a
And
smile.
then
that
in the
is
middle of
same
the
width.
circles,
I mean,
in
And
the
it's a
middle
triangle.
circle, they have 3 small circles. And in the small ones, the top one,
A
they have
smile?
Yeah, like a smile.
two
Alright,
circles
yes.
and one
Like
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 smile
a D,
face.
yes.
And
Yeah,
one
like an upside
triangle.
down D.
Alright, yep.
And then at the very, very
And,
top,
you have
do another triangle with
the top one is
the one
a
point
square,
being
and
on
on the square
the
they have
right hand
another,
side.
On the east?
rectangle to make something
Yes.
One more
on
thing.
the top
Yes,
of
is
the
it
circle.
big or is it as big?
got
No, it's very, very small.
Small.
And then
And the point is, you
Or
said,
maybe
to the
rectangle.
The
east.
east, yeah, and it's coming from the top of the
And
stick.
Okay.
So another
Is that all?
Yeah.
I think I got it.
What is it?
और आपको
You
कुछ
said
बोलने
eight.
के लिए
I think
आराम से
I'm
Yes.
No question asked. Done?
Yes.
Yes. As I said, the communication was. Okay, now we have 2 minutes to review. Like discuss with each other whether the instructor was
तुम जो
able
लगी
to
हो
give the
smart
clear
सा-
instruction.
ये हमारा हाल है
Why you said it's a rectangle until you got to the so I figured you like unwatch it.
Yes, yes.
This is what she said and I do it.
I have to.
I have 3 circles.
And you can imagine what can happen.
That's my detail.
You said it's
Yeah.
Oh, big one. That's why I was trying to say like right
तुमने मुझे
through it.
Let's say like
अभी सर्कल्स आपस में मिले भी नहीं
Yeah, but
हुए इसका कुछ
rectangle with one edge.
मिडिल
The
सर्कल
line and one edge is
नहीं
not. So do you know, it's actually saying right to
Good. Can I have a
Yeah,
attention, please? So you can imagine when you are giving the instruction on your phone to your employee. You can imagine what can happen if your instructions are not clear. Yeah, you had an image, and there is a one-way communication. There are many circumstances where you can only communicate once, right? In emergency situation, there is no time to ask back again. You have to follow the instruction. So you can see the importance of communication, right? I know that this was a very controlled environment, very like definite instruction, but you can imagine the complexity involved in the communication. Now move to the coordination, right? In coordination, you have to communicate, right? That's why we discuss and practice the communication. What is coordination? Coordination is simply to have the right people at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing. Very simple, but you can imagine. Yeah, how to find the right people, yeah, how to instruct to doing the right thing, and all those things. So this we are going to understand through our expert. Like we are not expert in everything, so I'm just sharing with you the model about the coordination. It has 3 conditions we should have for the effective coordination. What is those? Predictability, accountability, and overall view. Why predictability is important? Because each one of us want to know what and when. Right? What need to be done, when need to be done, the predictability. Accountability, what I am responsible for. Yeah, accountability. How we are contributing to the overall. That is a common understanding. And these authors have come with a condition, but the mechanism that should be in place in order to achieve those conditions. Let's hear from the expert, not from the expert, a presentation from them. Right? This just loading up. What I would like to say that the coordination is about communicating the team objectives, understanding the people's strength, creating an environment so that the team members can communicate with each other, right? Otherwise, how the coordination is going to happen. Sound is not coming. Jason, can you help me out? Sorry, 1 minute. And this particular video covers basically all the performance criteria. Right? What I said, like we need to discuss with the team that overall objectives. We need to assign the task, what they really want to do, and then create an environment so that they can communicate with themselves. And so unfortunately we cannot see the video, but what I will do that I have already discussed like what are the elements for the coordination. And
so Kaizen and Dr. Beth Becky published an article that reviewed the research done on coordination in organizations, published in the Academy of Management Annals.
Yeah, that's fine. So, sorry about the bit of video. Like just to cover that, like what I wanted to show through the video. So I wanted to. Okay, thank you, Cindy.
To the right, so we'll go on the screen over there.
Come again?
Go back a slide. Go back to the previous slide. Like all the way off the screen.
Video is very short, just 3 minutes. It's long, not a long video.
Have you ever wondered what factors help teams work well together? In 2009, Dr. Geraldo Kaizen and Dr. Beth Becky published an article that reviewed the research done on coordination in organizations. Published in the Academy of Management Annals, they developed a model to describe the factors that contribute to teams experiencing successful coordination. It seems there are 3 conditions that have to exist for coordination.
Can I ask you to answer the quiz while watching the video?
Accountability, and a common understanding. These conditions set the stage, as it were, for teams to coordinate well. First, teams have to decide what they'll get done and when it will happen. They call this predictability. The question of who is responsible for various tasks, they call accountability. It is essential for coordination to be clear on who does what and to make sure that everyone does their part. The final condition that sets the stage for coordination is a common understanding, which refers to how and why things get done. A big part of this condition is establishing clear goals for the work to be done. But how would a team go about making the conditions right for coordination to occur? Kaizen and Becky identified 5 mechanisms that facilitate these conditions. If the conditions are setting the stage for coordination to occur, the mechanisms are the paint, fabric, and wood that create those sets. First off are clearly written out plans and rules. The team needs explicit definitions of work and a plan that everyone understands and agrees to. They also need objects. You can think of these as tools and technology the team uses to do the work. Many teams use a shared hard drive to store files, or an online workspace. Clinical teams use electronic medical records and practice guideline pocket cards as common objects. Teams need defined roles that let everyone know what to expect from everyone else. Roles are useful also when substitutions need to be made. Like in a play, if all the actors have defined roles and one gets sick, an understudy can be brought in to replace that role,
right?
and the show can go on as scheduled. Another key mechanism is the idea of routines. Routines help team members know what to expect by creating patterns of behavior, such as always calling into the same phone number at the same time each week for a conference call. A final mechanism that helps create the conditions for coordination is proximity. Being physically near other team members can allow spontaneous meetings to occur and relationships to deepen. Teams that work remotely all year often have a retreat where they travel to a single location to get the benefits of proximity. All of these mechanisms, plans and rules, objects, roles, routines, and proximity, work together to create the conditions for coordination to occur, and that is predictability, accountability, and a common understanding. If you're wondering how specifically each mechanism contributes to each condition, Kaizen and Becky mapped.
So yes, so we saw that through the video. like what are the conditions we need for the effective coordination, and what are the mechanism to achieve those conditions, right? So just to summarize what we learned today, we learned about that if you really want to coordinate and facilitate the team, the important skill is to communicate. We need to develop communication skills. And in order to have a good coordination, we need to set those 3 conditions in the team and the mechanism of those things. So I appreciate your time. So I'll appreciate if you can complete the feedback form that I have given you. And in the next session, I'm going to cover how to support the team. Once you have started the thing rolling, like you are coordinating the team, the next thing is how to support the team, and that I'm going to cover in the next session. Thank you for your time, really appreciate that, and I wish all the best for your dream job. And attendance sheet, where it is right now?
What you
Attendance
want?
sheet?
Yeah,
Huh?